Damn. Alright. Welcome in, Arcatus.
We should give next time. If Lou isn't satisfied, we'll be sure to hear of it.
I hope I pronounced that correctly. And thanks for peace. But I need no blessing from a thing that doesn't exist. Rest at the haven. Kill Izzy, the Goddard building. At the...
Well,
Okay.
I reckon that's your sheriff duty scene too, and I can feel that old fireball lurking on the horizon. So, in your own time, of course.
So how about the ability tree? We have... We're down on the purple. Somewhat a lot of the red. I have not read the Bible or the Quran. I've read of the Quran and of the certain parts of the Bible, but I haven't read through the actual like the New Testament or the Old Testament or the Quran. And I read a little bit about the Quran, but it felt only like I read like some poorly written rule set that a company follows. I read the part about the dogs. So dogs are bad, but if they have... So it first says that dogs are bad and shouldn't be accepted and put down. And then after there's an... what you call it? Working dogs are okay all of a sudden. So first dogs are not okay, then dogs are okay if they're working dogs, if they have a purpose. So it's almost like company guidelines or company laws. So it's hard to see it as something that comes from God when it's directing humans in how they should live their life. The Quran also guides you in how to put animals to death and stuff like this. So it's more like its own science, but from medieval time, and it's might have been an upgrade when it was put in place, but it's kind of medieval at this point in time. So it's they call it halal. So it's just one way to put animals to death. Not the only one, but it's almost like they read into the guideline too much. Like Torah Tank. Is that Jewish? The Toran? I was thinking about reading both the Torah, Bible, and the Quran as critical read. Read them just to have read them, to know what they're about. But the thing is that I don't have... it's just going to be books written by man for me. So it's... I don't believe it comes from a god. because it's in our existence. So it's belief in God, is belief in the divine, and also in the afterlife. So I don't have those beliefs. I don't have a belief in higher powers, and I don't have belief in something after death. So my belief won't change if I read these books. It will be just books written by men that are saying certain things. But reading them and reviewing them might be interesting. So well, I wouldn't say that I follow blindly, but science and math has its upsides, because you have things that has been proven to be a fact, and then you have theory. Like, for example, biology and psychology has a lot more theory than hard cold facts, because you have to take tests, because there's no you can't guess correctly. You have to take tests to see. So the individual test will prove and be the fact in that certain situation. So it's I like science because it's trying to aim for the truth, and it doesn't matter. Say, for example, if you have a Jewish person, a person that is Christian or Muslim, that is studying science, and they are chasing the truth. But the truth is in their religion. So if the truth is in their religion, when they do perform science, they are just gonna find that the texts from their religion is telling them the truth. But if they are performing research science, then they will disprove their religious texts if they are guiding you in a different manner. So what happens is that, for example, if you take the dog part, for example, you could claim that there are no reasons at all for killing dogs, and you can have them as pets, but for some reason it's against the religion. And when it comes to eating pork, it seems like the Jews and the Muslims are both not eating pork, and these are because the meat is told to be unclean, and this can be true, and it can be true. It's not a total truth. So it's like most of the meat I eat is pork, and I haven't died, so it's. But it might be harder to tell if they have parasites or others. Yeah, but the Old Testament, isn't that Jewish? I thought the New Testament was Christianity. As you see, my knowledge of religion is low, but it won't matter if I read upon it. My belief in a god will not. See, it will not be, even if I do read. But if the Old Testament counts as Christianity as well, then I might need to read that one as well. At some point. What's this pork hating about? I love pork. Do you eat bacon, Arcutus? I eat bacon. I love sausage. Well, I wouldn't say genes. They say that pigs are surprisingly close to humans in their genetics. So, how this is true, I do not know. But it's as far as I have heard, they have only done they were hoping they could take the organs from the pigs and give to humans. So what you need for that to function, you need to have the same blood group, as I understand. So it's similar to a blood donation. So I don't know if it's genes or if it's the similar type of blood, that we have the similar type of blood types. I've read about it too, but it was long ago. So it's but I am not hearing that you still need to put yourself on the donate list in Sweden to give up your organs. So I'm pretty sure these pig organs are not haven't gone very far in that research. It's not possible as of now. But it's everyone who needs an organ would basically need to wait for someone else's misfortune to get an organ. Because everybody needs their own. It's some people give away one of their kidneys, so they might have heard of someone that have lost both. And when you lose both your kidneys, you will die within 72 hours, because your body will be very bad at filtering your blood. So what happens is that it loses its capabilities of taking the crap out of the blood and making it into pee. So you need to sweat it out, but it will be too much, so you won't be able to sweat for the amount that you need to get rid of. So you will basically become very tired and stop living. So the only way to keep yourself alive is through dialysis, we call it in Swedish. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but you basically swap out your blood. So your blood gets sucked out and better blood gets put in. So by doing this, you are kept alive for 2-3 more days. So you need to constantly go in and be given blood. So you're basically a vampire at that point. Chicken, beef, pork. You forgot about Fishman. It's a bird. In Swedish we call it nöt. I'm skeptic about eating too much pork because of the religions. Well, there can be dangers to pork and its parasites, but you can find parasites in fish as well. So basically you consume something that will be, they have eaten something, and that way the parasites got into their muscles, and then you eat their muscles, and then the parasites get inside of you. So that's what the problem, basically. Adam. Are we talking about Adam and Eve now? The forbidden fruit. Basically, to make the point on the pork from my perspective as an atheist. So let's say you have one pig who is healthy. It doesn't have parasites. You can eat the meat. And then you have the sick one who has the parasites inside them. What they need basically is antibiotics, and then they will be healthy. So if you have been infected by viruses or parasites, when you yourself are in need of antibiotics, then you have in your life been as dirty as the pigs you are not allowed to eat. If you have had need of antibiotics in your life, that means you have been a pig. Are you forever dirty like a pig? Or did the antibiotics make you healthy enough again? And we do have to thank antibiotics for the overpopulation of the earth as well, because antibiotics is the reason for the population growth that staggered after its founding. Antibiotics is basically what made humanity come to this big a number on the planet. I need to use the toilet. I'll be right back. Put some more questions in the chat if you have them. Ghost or jinns? Well, I think both are cool in the... I watched a TV series called Supernatural. I don't know if you know about the TV series. Quite long. It has all kinds of stuff like demons, angels, and all the deities like all smashed together into the same concept. And in that series, I do like both ghosts and jinns, but I think the jinns were funniest. No, I don't have any any supernatural experiences. I thought I had when I was younger, but it was just simple things like why did this thing fall when no one was in the room, or the wind slapping a door closed so it slams, those kind of things, because it's the unknown that scares you a little bit. Yeah, basically. Paranormal activities, indeed. So it's yeah, that's the not knowing is what gives the mind. You have no other answer for it. And if someone has given you the concept of a ghost, then you have a pre-learned answer to the why. Why did this vase fall down from the top of my furniture? No one was there, no one pushed it. Or so they think. It must be a ghost. It's the only explanation. So I think that's the... I've seen videos in Saudi Arabia, doors open and close by themselves. Well, I think that's called electricity and modern doors. In Sweden we have doors that spin around. So you have 4 walls that form a cross inside of a circle, and then people walk through it. No. Well, you can believe in ghosts all you want, Arcutes. But I don't have belief in that either. It's interesting, and I think it's funny, but for me it's more the things that humans have thought up by themselves. So for me it's things that has basically just been created by the fantasies of humans. If you look at the Alien movies, for example, the aliens in the movie, when they open their mouth and a smaller mouth comes out shooting and bites in the brain, and that they are the shape they were, the tail, and that they have acid for blood and stuff like that. All of these things came from one guy's dream. So he dreamt about a monster, and then it became a movie series. And I think it's the same for most things. And it's quite all right. We have plenty of ghost series in the West as well, and it's nothing that is interesting to me, so to speak.